We have conducted research into Indonesia's investment potential. This presentation summarises our findings. On to our Peston analysis. Political. Indonesia has recently shifted to a constitutional democracy with amendments created to decentralise power. The success of this shift and Indonesia's increasing role in international relations makes investment viable. However, pressing corruption issues, political instability and terrorist threats discourage FDI and weaken competitiveness. That said, counter-terrorism has been improving.
Economic. Indonesia has a stable economy because of a strong industrial sector and strong domestic consumption. This had led to steady annual GDP growth and increasing FDI, particularly in the food and beverage sector and telecoms. On the downside, the high interest rates will encourage savings and decrease domestic consumption in future years. Another important trend has been the weakening of the Indonesian rupiah. This depreciation has caused inflation to rise further. Social. Indonesia has one of the youngest demographic profiles globally. Its large pool of young workers should fuel future growth. Additionally, improvements in higher education have led to a growing middle class, which will boost domestic consumption. On the downside, the rapid urbanisation is revealing a shortage in supply of energy and infrastructure, which could be a growth constraint.
Technological. Indonesia has steady growth of active internet users and is forecasted to grow even more with the launch of the Indonesia Broadband Plan. However, its small allocation of GDP for innovation stagnates the development of technology in the country. Legal. Indonesia's fully structured foreign investment laws facilitates FDI, adding stability and certainty to transactions. Although Indonesia has a weak rule of law, the increasing influence of trade unions helps manage serious corruption matters, again encouraging FDI.
Environmental. The archipelago has a wealth of natural resources. However, as these are utilised, pollution and deforestation become a growing concern. Due to this, research is being undertaken into eco-friendly technologies and production. From looking at Indonesia's macro environment, we have based our country fund on the four following sectors. Telecommunications. Telecoms is the nation's fastest growing sector. Indonesia's emergence as a tech-driven nation makes investing in telecoms a smart decision. Moreover, growth in telecoms enables growth in other sectors. A possible obstacle to this sector's development is the need to build and finance necessary infrastructure. Our recommended company investment, Telecom, is well placed to overcome this challenge. Telecom's IDN program aims to develop key infrastructure needed for the sector to thrive. Telecom also boasts recent growth, and their corporate strategy is geared towards international expansion, another positive.
Food and beverage. This sector looks promising because increased spending by the growing middle class is fueling growth. Urban lifestyles are leading to evolving diets and expanding tastes. An increasingly skilled workforce and growing domestic availability of agricultural commodities will facilitate expansion. The sector's development must be supported by adequate retail infrastructure. Also, national policies on labelling and religious requirements are somewhat constraining. Indofood is an ideal company investment as a leader in consumer branded products. It has extensive national distribution networks and plans are being implemented to grow and expand the company further. Indonesia is the world's largest palm oil producer. It has the lowest crude palm oil production costs worldwide, resulting in large profit margins. The industry's outlook is continually improving due to increased demand from the developing world, caused by rising global wealth. However, fluctuating global oil prices, which destabilize the price of palm oil, could affect industry growth. Additionally, companies are required to limit deforestation through sustainable practices. We believe this company shows promise because it benefits from significant economies of scale, cost advantages, and vast amounts of yet-to-be-developed plantation land.
Tourism. This sector shows promising growth, demonstrated by rising foreign tourist arrivals, which is thanks to rich cultural diversity and the weak rupiah to US dollar. However, lack of proper infrastructure haunts this progress. The problem is being addressed by the government's Accelerated Economic Master Plan. We chose this company as they are national market leaders in inbound travel and leisure. With 40 plus years of experience, Panorama has great potential and will give steady returns. Ratio allocation. Telecoms and food and beverage make up most of our fund. Both show significant growth prospects, benefiting from Southeast Asia's growing middle class, particularly telecoms. Agriculture receives our third largest allocation because it is an established sector with growth trends which prove palm oil is a safe investment. Tourism receives the smallest allocation as its growth is dependent on capital-intensive developments in infrastructure, making it a longer-term investment. This increases uncertainty, hence the smallest allocation to hedge risk.
With great future growth prospects, this fund is a brilliant investment opportunity. Political measures towards stricter FDI regulation show that Indonesia wants to ensure quality investments. This investment is not a speculative one. The fund design prioritises 4 critical sectors which will benefit socio-economic development, while also making sure the investment yields satisfactory returns in the foreseeable future.